we go.
And I agree with Random. Everyone is streaming today. It's just today is always a busy day for streaming.
That it is.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Torches How You Make Friends. How much time do you have?
Less now.
That'll. Oh yeah, this was a good one. With us today we have Delahazed.
God, kill me now.
Terry Diamantis.
The freeway is making me sick.
And special guests. We'll get to that in a second. We have with us, as usual, is Hey Camel.
Hello.
Jackgunski.
I'd like to point out that you tacitly admitted that Hate Camel is in fact not special.
He's a special co-host. Whatever.
We'll
get to it.
Co-host ever.
Yeah, so we also have with us today host of The Corner. I have a link to his Facebook page in the comments. Frosted Glass.
I have a Facebook page.
Did I say
Facebook?
Did I say Facebook?
You said Facebook.
Oh, fuck me. I need a nap. Jesus Christ.
Did you make one for me?
I could.
Would you really want him to?
Not really. It'll look like a MySpace page.
So it'll look better than a Facebook page.
All customized and shit.
So today
that was awesome.
Today we've watched Ann Edmonds' What's Wrong With You?
Well, that's what's wrong with us. We watched that.
Yeah, I was going to say either too much or not enough.
She was not the funniest comedian I've watched today, and yet she was the only one somehow.
But she's an Aussie rock star.
She does Australia proud.
Like I said before we started this, Terry, between this and Hannah Gadsby, I'm convinced the British have kept you folks as penal colonists. There's no justification for this. This is what I would consider a hate crime. Okay?
I think there would have been like crickets like after each joke, but the cricket like shot itself 5 minutes in.
I think the cricket will
She does like repeating her jokes, just in case you missed it the first time. She will remind you that the freeway makes her sick.
Let me tell you about it. Oh, sorry, you go.
I was gonna say I thought we got past like all the repeating the punchlines, after we stopped doing the black female comedians, but no, apparently not.
Let me tell you all.
The culture has been appropriated.
Let me tell you all about a man named Frank. Frank does not exist.
Well, I mean, when you carry your punchlines in a plastic bag, they're just there staring you in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, doing a callback to a previous joke is fine, but that previous joke has to be a funny one.
Has to be a joke.
It has to be a joke first.
But she keeps doing callbacks
to
a joke that wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a funny joke to begin with, and it didn't make sense.
No, but the other thing is doing a callback to a previous joke is fine. Doing 7 is probably too much. Like, you don't keep calling back to the same joke unless you can do it very well, which she can't.
I was thinking when she was talking about her looks and how she said, she's fine, It made me think of that Ed Byrne joke about the Australian national anthem. Advance Australia fair. Fair. Yeah. One step above poor. That's the funniest thing from the special, and it wasn't even her fucking joke.
Yeah. For some reason, her screaming, "It's not even a lane," that actually amused me just for how absurd it was.
I would like to think that she brought me to the brink of laughter.
She brought me to the brink of a chuckle here and there.
Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I came closer to laughing from the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Wow.
And
That's
the
harsh,
most that 2016 Ghostbusters got out of me was a
Yeah.
That's as much as I laughed.
And it was at the Chris Hemsworth parts and nothing else.
Yeah, but as I was saying, like I actually think this is worse than Nanette because her voice, Anne Edmonds' voice, is just so shrill. It's just she starts screaming. It is really hard to listen to.
That's fair.
Didn't The Simpsons do kind of sort of stereotype with an Australian woman accent where it was all like kind of like that? I'm trying to remember if it was The Simpsons or if it was something else, but
I don't remember it, so it might not have been The Simpsons.
It's hard to tell. It's
yeah,
you got 20 years of stereotype callbacks to go with.
If you're talking about a funny moment from The Simpsons, there's no wonder you don't remember it. It's been like 20 years.
yeah. It was maybe 10 at most good seasons of The Simpsons. And then it's been going for 30 years.
Even if all you wanted out of it was a chuckle, it's still been quite a few years since that was was a feasible point.
But no, this was really irritating to listen to. Like all female comedians, she was telling stories from her own life, and they weren't interesting ones. But she had like the worst voice, so it made it even more frustrating to listen to.
Well, I mean, the voice aside, half of her stories is like, yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That really didn't happen. Of all the things, that didn't happen the most.
No, but like she's a comedian. I don't expect a comedian's stories to be true.
Exactly. The problem is that when you make a false story, it should be in service of a comedy, not in service of self-aggrandizement or your own ego. And that's all of this really was.
Also, even if it is a fake story, it should at least be plausible, like something that could reasonably happen.
Yes, I agree with that.
Well, like the story with her arguing with Frank in the outside of the hotel at the hospital.
Yeah.
I could actually see that being believable because of one small detail there, like towards the end when she was talking about the wife, that made me think, oh, he was right, you're wrong, and you still don't get it. Because she mentioned something about how like let's go run over some cyclists. It's like, oh, you were in a bike lane. You weren't in a turn lane. You were in a bike lane.
Yes.
There we go.
That makes sense. It's still not funny, but at least now I have some context.
It's funny because she's an idiot.
If you want to call it funny.
Yeah,
it's not humor as a result of her actually making a joke. It's humor as a result of she's an idiot and doesn't know it.
Well, no, it's humor as a result of her being a stereotypical woman who doesn't know how to drive.
Oh, do we need to point out the fact that she said she was a feminist?
I mean, it kind of goes without saying at this point, but you know.
And she even specified that she's on the left because we needed to know that. Like, we couldn't have just figured it out by looking at all this material.
I don't know. I mean, that floored me when I heard it. She's on the left? No.
I know.
You don't say.
Well, yeah, like I mean, of all the comedians we've watched up to this point, I probably agree with Terry. Like, this is probably the worst because there was no stage presence really. There was, a lot of the stuff she was saying wasn't funny. The callbacks to the jokes that she was trying to make weren't funny. The voice was just god awful. I mean, and she was nothing to look at either. I'd bag Margaret Thatcher's bones before I touch this woman.
The thing is, not only were the stories not funny, they weren't even interesting. Like sometimes you'll get a comedian, okay, they're not the funniest, but the story is still something you can get invested in. Like you want to hear the end of it. At no point was she interesting or funny. So that like, it's just
like half of this stand up was about Frank.
I'm
It
just
really
thinking.
was.
I'm just thinking of that scene during Planes, Trains, and Automobiles when the guy is freaking out at John Candy's character. Here's an idea when you tell a story. Have a point. That's
It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
that entire rant could have applied to this comedian.
And we can,
Yes.
and we can start with the first initial mistake. She called what was it? The show she had in England where she was told that she doesn't like Australians because they're criminals.
Oh yeah, they're rude and racist.
They're rude and racist. And she's like, "Well, you were just both," and it's like, yeah. No, she just
Australian's not a race.
Exactly.
Oh,
And then
but that does
even if that's true, by her own standards, she's making fun of Americans towards the end.
Yeah, but that's different.
But by her own standards, she would have made a racist joke.
Yes.
I mean, I honestly don't think she would care. I think that of the crazy leftist types, I think she at least seemed a little more self-aware than most, but that did not translate to comedy, unfortunately.
Yes. But no, at one point Camel said, doesn't Australia have any like big name killers of its own? And I was like, we have one. He's the guy who did the Port Arthur massacre in Tasmania. That's it. That's the only one I can think of.
Well, yeah,
What about
because she
that
kept
guy
referencing American killers, like Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, and like, oh, that was another thing. Like that was part of her story about Frank and being, in an argument with him in front of the hospital. She was like, if I brought the woman who married Ted Bundy and asked him, it's like, is this wrong? She's like, yep, that's wrong. It's like, okay, so you're telling me that on your side of the argument is a sociopath who married a serial killer. How does this make your side look good again?
Yeah, true. But no, in her defense, if she'd said the woman who married Martin Bryant, I don't think he was married, but like you wouldn't know who that is. You know who Ted Bundy is.
Like, who's the guy that Eric Bana played in a movie?
Chopper.
Chopper Reed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only Australian serial killer I know of.
Well, he wasn't really a serial killer, was he? He was just like a gangster.
Yeah, he's a gangster.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure he killed people, yeah, but not in a serial like fashion.
Or the dingo from that movie.
Yeah, to be honest, when it comes to like Australia, like the only thing I know, like I remember Chopper, and then I remember seeing that movie Wolf Creek, which I don't know if that was based on true story or what.
I don't even know what the movie is.
It's some dude out in the bush, killing like tourists.
Oh, it's
and
a
whatnot.
porno.
Not that bush.
Oh.
I mean, it sounds like it might be based on Martin Bryant if it's a killing tourists.
Well, I mean, like people going out to like they're going out to some place somewhere in the middle of your fucking deserted wasteland of a country, and
here it is. It says real life murders of backpackers by Ivan Milat. That's who it was. Ivan Milat.
Okay, yeah. Those are the only two Australian serial killers I can think of, or criminals I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I forgot about Ivan Milat. He's an Australian.
No, Quinn, that's Al Bundy. Totally different Bundy.
Yeah. And
But-
he's also not King Kong Bundy. That's yet another different Bundy.
4 touchdowns in a single game.
Yeah, Polk High.
King Kong Bundy was actually in Married with Children, which I thought was pretty cool.
That was a
Who's
wrestler,
King
wasn't it?
Kong Bundy?
Yeah.
Yes,
He's a
He
professional
was a
wrestler.
wrestler, and he was in the show and he played one of Peggy's like cousins or something.
Hey, Mr. Dax. But yeah, man, this thing is just. I want to laugh. I really do. And we keep watching this shit, Johnny.
Well, we're 2 for what? 15?
2? We're up to 2?
Yeah, with Taylor Tomlinson and Tig Notaro.
Tig.
Who's the first one again?
The first one.
I don't remember this one.
The Taylor Tomlinson, the quarter midlife crisis.
Completely erased from my memory banks, dude.
She's
When you said quarter life crisis.
Quarter life crisis, yeah.
When you said that, I remembered who you were talking about, but the name meant nothing to me.
Yeah, still drawing a blank. Anyway, moving on.
She's the cute blonde one, but anyway.
Yeah.
Still drawing a blank, but they all look the same to me, except for like the last 2 we've done. It's all just a bunch of interchangeable white bitches.
Well, that's fair. I'm not going to fault you on that.
I mean, aside from the last 2. But yeah, man. Again, no stage presence. Didn't. I mean, she had like one bit, maybe 2 bits where she did any kind of like try to do physical comedy, and neither one of those really worked either. Where she was describing the guy in the sauna, and then Frank's wife.
Yeah.
It's just, what really got me was she's making jokes about mullets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here we say, a business in the front part. Like, yeah, we say that fucking everywhere. We've been saying that since the goddamn 80s, lady.
We even have nicknames for it. Hockey hair. A Sean.
Hey guys, so how about that Nixon administration? That's pretty crazy, right?
Well, I mean,
right?
just wait until she learns about like rat tails. Oh my god, she's gonna lose her fucking mind.
That's fucking child abuse. Rat tails will always be considered child abuse.
Oh no, dude, I see him on full grown ass men.
Rat tails are for Jedi. That's it.
Are you dealing in absolutes there, Frosted?
Yes.
Is this comedian that we just watched? Is she well known enough to have reviews on Amazon and shit to read?
Only on Amazon.
Oh well, and what's really funny is I can only find like one page before, like, if I go to find other ones, it just errors out.
Well, no, like, according to Amazon, there are 70 reviews, and I have 2 pages open. I have one for the critical reviews, and I have one for the positive reviews. There's nothing on Rotten Tomatoes. There's nothing on Metacritic, which tells you just how much of a rock star this bitch is. No one's ever heard of her, except for the people that she's, being promoted by on Amazon.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, she's some obscure Australian comic that no one knows. I would have been very surprised if there were Metacritic ratings.
But I looked up
I guess we're at that point in the show where we ask the guests, Price is Right rules, gentlemen. Without looking at Amazon, if you had to guess on a scale of 1 to 5, what did, and this includes decimal point, what did the audience on Amazon rate this special? So go around the horn. We'll start with let's go with Jack.
3.3.
Okay, Jack with a 3.3. Della.
I'm gonna go ahead and say they're gonna disappoint me with a 7.6.
Out of 5? That would be impressive.
Okay, 4.6, whatever.
Terry.
You think I'm listening or something? Come on.
I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna say like 1.5.
All right. And special guest Frosted, because Johnny's already looked at him, so he's disqualified.
Let's see. I guess I would go like 3.0 because I'm guessing like the only people that watched and rated it are the ones who are, who like female comedians.
And the winner, without going over, is Terry.
No.
Ha!
No. Well, let's at least from the one that I have. So we must be on.
I have it as rated 2.8 out of 5.
Oh damn.
35% 5-star reviews, 5% 4-star reviews, 4% 3-star reviews, 9% 2-star reviews, 46% with a plurality 1-star reviews.
Oh,
I almost said 2.8.
We have a different one then, because mine's with 9 global ratings.
I have 70.
3.7.
I don't believe 70 people watch this.
3.7 out of 5.
What is this person's name again?
Ann Edmonds.
Ann
with an E. Ann with an E.
Ann Edmund.
With an S. Edmonds.
I was this close to saying 2.8.
It says she's an Australian comedian.
That is technically true.
Okay, from Amazon, yeah, I'm getting 70 reviews and it says 2.8.
I am a winner.
That would be it.
A winner is you.
It is.
But so do we want to start off with the positive reviews, or shall we
Yes.
start with the negative reviews?
Positive. I want to know if retards liked it.
All right, so all positive. Let's see here. We've got from the United States. Okay, am I just seeing like country specific reviews?
Possibly.
Okay. Classic Aussie sensibility. Very funny. 5 stars.
Oh, good.
Really funny, really fun set with tight writing and interconnected callbacks. Saw one review that didn't like the language, but she didn't work particularly blue. And in fact, really didn't use any bad words.
Except can't.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. Apparently Joe did not watch this all the way through. Obviously not for kids, but what adults want to watch that.
Well, I'm glad that her father left a review.
Refreshing to watch a female comedian who did not resort to self-deprecating sex material to get a laugh. I will give her that. She only made like one joke referencing her vagina.
That's true. That is true.
I will give her that much credit.
But the Trump jokes, Jesus Christ.
No, I take that back. Yeah, she did make 2 references to vagina, didn't she? I forgot about the Trump jokes.
She also did a 20-minute long reference about coughing.
Yeah,
Because that was necessary.
Let's see. 5 stars. Hilarious. I first found her on LOL, capital LOL, a competition show on Amazon, and then noticed this special and figured I'd check it out. See, even the dogs are whining at it now.
It's finally hit them.
Yeah, delayed reaction. Just really well written, and how she placed the bits within the narrative of the show was fresh and thoughtful. Not to mention, she's hilarious, and her energy just draws you in. I'm normally kind of blase. I think they meant to say blasé, but it just says blaze.
Yeah.
About Australian comedy. I've been spoiled by the best in New York, but she rates right there with the best.
Oh, and be sure to look at that person's username.
Dims the brakes.
Dems the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
5 stars. Honestly, a needed distraction for an American. Funny at times. Funny, at times poignantly vulnerable. And a good laugh. I'm discerning when it comes to comedy. It doesn't matter the
Who the
I
hell
was gonna
judges?
wait until the end, but thank you, Terry.
Who the hell judges comedy by how vulnerable they are?
It doesn't matter.
Is this person like a serial killer?
Well,
I think this person thought they were writing for Hannah Gatsby.
Well, maybe Frosted. Maybe they heard her talking about Charles Manson and Ted Bundy, and thought, "Hey, that's on my level." It doesn't matter the layers, too many or too few. Ann Edwards made me smile, and she made me laugh out loud. She's palpable.
Hey, did you say Edwards? Did they get her name wrong?
Oh, did I say Edwards? I meant Edmonds.
You did.
Sorry, they did get it right.
I was hoping they got it wrong.
No, there's
I was hoping that really like anybody else. I mean, I don't know who Ann Edwards is, but I'm sure she's funnier than this bitch.
It would be absolutely hilarious to read a review and then just everything about it is just completely about someone else.
You know what this
we could do that, Johnny. We could do that.
This lady is like if you have like female co-workers and they say, "Oh, that woman, she's hilarious." I think that this is that woman.
Yes, it is.
Just put a vague review and then just at the end be like,
She's
"Oh
the
wait, we're not
Office
talking
cut-up."
about we're not talking about Dave Chappelle."
Okay, so this next one is a 4-star review, and it comes from a top 1,000 reviewer.
Nice.
Title is okay. Not family friendly due to language. Honestly, though, there isn't a lot of bad language. It isn't as if she builds her routine around bad language like some seem to do. Looking at you, Sarah Silverman. And Miss Edwards, or Edmonds, I keep wanting to say Edwards. I keep wanting to change this bitch's name. And Miss Edmonds is entertaining and humorous. There were no laugh out loud moments for me, but it was interesting and humorous enough for me to see it to the end. I can see that she would have a strong following of both women and men. I can recommend this, especially for stand-up fans. Now, that's another thing I noticed. You know, like they actually did show shots of the audience. I'm guessing this was
Say that was
two.
Still say that was stock footage.
I mean, a lot of these reviews are from like May, and you know they're from 2020. I don't know exactly when this released, but they weren't wearing masks in the audience, so I'm guessing it was before lockdowns and stuff went into effect.
I believe that.
Did anybody see any men in that stock footage? Because all I saw were women.
I did see some men.
Yeah.
I believe the audience is real. I just don't think they were laughing. I think that the laugh track is dubbed.
Or they just took the footage from like when they were watching the warm-up comedian.
Maybe it was like the few shots you see of people laughing. Maybe that was like the sympathetic laughter when you see someone bombing horribly, and you're just like, "Oh my god, this is so bad. I can't. Why am I laughing right now?"
Maybe there's something wrong with my eyes, but it looked like they kept showing the same 2 or 3 people laughing. So like those were the only ones in the entire audience who were actually laughing.
Yeah, it just shows the same motions over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 stars. Smart, clever observations.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Anne before, but I'm a sucker for Aussies and Brits. Plus, I can relate to the title as I say it often. To other humans as well as to myself. Haven't we all... what's wrong with you? That's the title.
Oh.
Haven't we all encountered a Frank or two? Oh, you're one of those bitches. I enjoyed the second half a bit more, especially the airplane bit. All around very funny if you don't know what to think. All around very funny if you don't want to think too much or prefer your comedy less political. Yeah, you definitely don't want to think too much if you're watching this.
No.
I'll definitely be on the lookout for more of her work. I wouldn't.
God.
In fairness to her, she could have been a lot more political about it. I think she was, but she could have been more.
There were some bits that she performed that could be funny if somebody else did them.
Yeah, like she can't pull off like the yelling style. Like, Lewis Black can pull that off. She can't.
He also uses it in moderation too. He's not, yelling a whole bunch of punchlines. It's usually something like he works up to it.
Yeah.
It feels like she's just trying to use yelling to make something funny that isn't.
Okay, some of these are just fucking pity votes. 5 stars. Not my favorite, but it's not her fault.
Oh, wow. Whose fault is it then?
Wow.
I'm pretty sure she wrote this shit. It's her fault, man.
Okay, that screams of I didn't laugh. I guess there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the cultural divide or if I just don't have a sense of humor. Both. But I seriously made it like 5 minutes in. You gave this 5 stars and you only watched 5 minutes. Did you seriously give it a star for every minute? Really? This is some kindergarten bullshit right here.
I hated it, but I'm sure someone out there likes it. 5 stars.
But I seriously made it in like 5 minutes and was like, nope. And they put no. They put nope in quotations.
That
was
was
like-
a 5-star review.
That's a 5-star review.
Yes. It was like, it was the you do you joke, I think. And come find me on Instagram. My handle is, I'm not giving out your information.
Yeah.
There are thousands of women pulling each other, pushing each other, boosting each other up. We await you, girl with open arms. Like,
The you part was one of the most obnoxious parts.
No, I see what's going on. This woman is a feminist and didn't like the joke that was making fun of the you do you women. And so she felt that it was anti-feminist to make that joke. So come find me on Instagram. My handle is this. And we'll talk about how you can improve your act. So actually, this woman, it wasn't PC enough for her.
No, I think it's just an empty excuse to shill her Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't think she gives 2 fucks about the special. It's just, I want everyone to follow me on Instagram, so I'm just going to put my username everywhere. So
Well, we obviously know she
totally
didn't give 2 fucks about the special. She watched 5 minutes of it.
Imagine being so conceited that you would put your Instagram up on a review with the expectation that the person who made the special would follow you.
If they even read the reviews.
yeah.
Well, no, I have no doubt this person reads the reviews. I mean, how many friggin' specials has she cut out there? How many
This is her
how many
first.
criticisms does she see?
This is her first
I
special,
think
if
she
I'm not
probably-
mistaken.
She probably has like a publicist read the reviews and then send her the good ones. I don't think she sits there reading the hate ones. I don't think she's going to expose herself to.
She's not big enough. She reads the reviews. I'm willing to bet you right now.
All right, let's jump into somebody else's delusion here. 5 stars. Exactly what I wanted to hear right now. Genuine and not pretentious. Accessible to me as a woman.
Genuine and not pretentious. She smiled like she was giving gifts to the audience after every joke.
Accessible to me as a woman. So, in other words, I'm a woman, so I need it to be dumbed down for me.
I have
Pretty
a
much.
uterus too. Have 5 stars.
Mhm.
God.
There's a review for her. Vagina.
Wait,
5 stars.
wait. As a feminist, I really enjoyed her humor. Almost British / Eddie Izzard moments.
Oh, God.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
hell no.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Eddie Izzard is like a million times funnier than this bitch.
No, that's
Like,
not
he's-
true. A million times 0 is still 0.
Yeah.
He's
he-
infinitely more funny than she is.
yeah, he's actually funny.
Okay, I have
And he looks. He's better looking, dressed up like a woman too.
Sad, but
I have one of the 1-star reviews that I found on an offsite.
Let me finish this first, because we have feminist reviews here. Come on.
Oh,
The you do you part and the living his truth thing was hilarious. Oh, you spelled hilarious. How do you? Oh,
HIL.
No.
hilarious.
Hilarious. hilarious.
Really?
Really, really.
Oh God.
I really adored her personal stories and sentiments about people in general.
2.
I like that she said the thing about female comedians in America who have a great ass, etc. Which ones? What, like Eliza Schlesinger? I've never heard her talk about her ass once. Saying that beauty ideal are... I think that's... Oh, wow. So you are truly retarded, because they spelled held Heald.
Oh God.
Oh, good Lord.
Not even text to speech will fuck this up this bad. You had to type this out yourself. You had to be sitting at a keyboard. Saying that that beauty ideal are held to female comedians and the judgment of their bodies and women in general is highlighted and worse than ever. I really enjoyed her show and I hope to watch more. Now you were saying, Johnny, are we done with the 5-star fuckwits?
No.
Or are we wanting to go to the 1 stars?
I just found, I thought of it. I would share it with the audience in the chat. And with everyone. So my comment will be the 1-star review that I found on this offsite. It's a chat joke, so.
Whew.
That is all that was there. Just
all right, so
just a flat smiley face. So there's no like the
flat,
flat emoticon.
That's what somebody left as a review.
That was what was left as a review of that one.
All right, so oh wow, this is a fresh review too. This is from March 3rd of this year.
Nice.
5 stars, entertaining. I'm so surprised this has low reviews. I think the only bad thing I can say is that she talked a bit too fast, so understanding her was a bit hard. But she had great timing, punches, and brought the punchlines back in smart ways. This was well rehearsed and smart comedy. Desmond, sort yourself out, son.
Yeah, it was very clearly well rehearsed. I'm sure she repeated the jokes many times to herself in the shower.
She repeated them many times on stage.
But also, Desmond, maybe this is that trans kid who wrote the review.
Yeah.
That Desmond is amazing or whatever.
Well, then my advice still stands. Sort yourself out, son.
Yes, Desmond is amazing, and Anne is entertaining.
Okay, this is from another. This is from August of last year. 5 stars. Fresh, smart comedy.
Fresh. Who's saying fresh about this shit? Why on earth would any of this be considered fresh? We've been hearing all the feminist bullshit ad nauseum for years now. What's remotely fresh about this?
When I think of fresh, smart comedy, I think of jokes about hairstyles from the fucking 80s. Don't you, Jack?
It's all just bullshit. These people, they have no self-awareness.
Nothing says fresh like forbidden hair.
And this is another person found Anne from watching LOL. Last one laughing, as that's what it's abbreviated to. And I was instantly hooked on her comedy. This stand-up special had smart writing, and her delivery was on point. She has now made me question whether I really am an atheist or not, seeing as I am also one of the yoga followers who roll over in unison while saying namaste. I feel like Frank sitting up at 3 a.m. questioning whether he's a bad person. And thank you so much for calling out the Franks in this world and for judging all the people who pull their airline food trays down far too early like greedy dogs. Love you so much, all the way from the U.S.
Gross.
Wow.
So basically, she's just admitting this is all clapter.
Yeah, this is digital clapter right there.
Yeah, an existential crisis from a joke about yoga.
I hope that's true. I hope like that shitty joke is somehow like maybe I'm not an atheist because I like yoga. Wow.
And
all I know when it comes to religion is I'm too lazy to pick a team, so I don't know what that makes me, but yeah, I remain unaffiliated.
And like, oh, it's so true that yada yada yada. It's like it was the most basic observational humor. Like it's not even on the same level as what's the deal with airline food.
What is the deal with people who put their trays down too soon?
Yeah.
The last one on this page, the last of these 5-star reviews I'm willing to read. Took Frank to school. Very
Hell
funny.
yeah.
Very funny. Thanks for the great laughs. Love the way she brings everything back around to sum it up. Sure glad I am not Frank. Frank, boy, if you were out there, pretty sure she got the last word. I'm pretty sure Frank doesn't give a shit.
I'm pretty sure Frank doesn't exist.
Also, her last word is apparently worth 2.8 stars, so.
I hope Frank exists. I hope that somebody manages to track Frank down. Because I would like to go to Australia and buy that man a beer. It's like, you had to endure that woman live, in person.
Yeah.
Here's to you, man. You deserve this. Buy him a nice cold Foster's,
Do people actually drink that down there?
I have no idea, but I'm rolling with it.
I know.
I don't drink. I don't drink, so I'm only using secondhand information. But everyone I know says no Australians actually drink Fosters.
I watched that.
You guys don't eat blooming onions either, do you?
No.
I watched.
He's like, no.
I watched that Poita sketch.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he's got a can of Foster's that he pours for the guest. The guy's like, no, I'm good.
Poida.
No, okay, I'm on the same level with Terry. Like, I'm not a drinker either. I used to drink, but I'm getting older now, and the hangovers last way too fucking long. I was sitting here drinking orange juice during this special, and for the life of me, all I wanted was some vodka.
It's that Poita was like a recurring character. So there's not just one Poita sketch. There's lots and lots and lots of sketches where he was in it.
The one with the current affair. Where
he takes over for Ray Martin. Yeah, I know the one.
I want to see Eric Bana do more comedic stuff, man.
Go find clips.
Well, no, I meant like in the present day. I want to see him do more present day comedic stuff. Because I mean, I watched some of those sketches after you recommended that, and they were hilarious.
Yeah, he's a good comedy actor. He's good at it.
I think he was the only thing I liked about that movie, Funny People, because that movie wasn't funny.
Yeah. What's the name of that director? The one that does all
Judd
this
Apatow.
Yeah, he does a lot of shitty comedy.
The only thing I like about Judd Apatow is he puts his wife in all of his movies.
Is his wife
Leslie Mann?
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Knocked Up was okay, but it's not. They're not funny movies. They're not what I would call comedies. They're more like.
What was that one? Did he direct that one? She was in with Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman. Where they like switched. It was like Free Friday almost.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was like Jason Bateman's wife, and yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to the negative reviews now.
The change up.
Yay!
Now this is the part where we go to the reviews that are actually funny than what we just fucking watched, folks.
But I just looked it up. The Cable Guy. That's where I know Leslie Mann from.
Yeah, she was in that one. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess these are all from the United States. So this is all going to be American hate pointed at your countrymen, Terry.
That's fine.
He's like, I don't care. Fuck her.
Yeah.
1 star. Unhappy from the get-go. She's not funny. This whole thing about the freeway just had me putting on for about 20 minutes that sniffing, trance-like look that a cat makes when it smells something very, very interesting. Admittedly, there is some Australian culture barrier going on. And if that's the case, Aussies have at it. For the rest of us, stick with British comedians if you're burnt out on all the good American ones. The only thing I found funny is her great American accent. Not the jokes, just the accent. 1 star, capitalized, with an exclamation point. No.
Nope.
Watch 45.
Like he's smacking her with a newspaper as he says that.
I wish. Yeah. Watched 45 minutes and just finally had to turn her off. She said something moderately funny, gets a laugh, and then repeats the punchline 3 or 4 times. Or 3 or 4 more times. And after 45 minutes of watching her constantly scratch her head, and sometimes even hit herself in the head, I just wanted to scream at her to go to the pharmacy and get some lice shampoo for crying out loud. You're probably infested with the little buggers. Mostly, though, she just wasn't all that funny. That's the bottom line. Yeah, she did end up scratching her head quite a bit.
Yeah. She even mentioned it. She said, "Don't hit yourself in the head during a performance," or something like that. She caught herself doing it and was like, "No, stop it."
Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. 1 star. Laugh track.
Nice.
Not
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
like
one-
I said during the thing, like 95% of the laughter I'm sure was canned.
Not one funny joke or comment in the entire hour, yet the audience is dying laughing. Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Worst comic I have heard in some time. Totally laugh track. Don't bother watching.
When you're right, you're right.
And he's right.
Yeah.
Just a simple, unfunny, 1 star. This may be one of the most annoying women I've ever seen in my life. She was so not funny, I only got through about the first 10 minutes.
Oh, hey there, Clyde.
Well, I mean, considering, you know, like the one chick, she didn't like it and she gave it 5 stars. I think it's only fair that somebody, you know, you watched twice as much as the lady that gave her 5 stars. You know?
The person's username, though, is just cat. So there's at least a 30% chance that this is Johnny.
Or you.
Why?
Because, well, at least in the Discord, you go by Gunski.
Oh, okay. I don't even know why someone changed it to that, but okay.
Oh, okay. I don't. What the hell? What is Vine voice? What does that mean?
Probably means some.
Oh, it's some kind of badge on Amazon.
There's
Vine Voice. This customer is a member of Amazon Vine Voice, an invitation-only program that gives Amazon reviewers advanced access to not yet released products for the purpose of writing a review. Oh, so this is one of their chosen reviewers.
Ah.
A review written as part of the Vine Voice program always includes this label on the initial product detail page and customer review from the Amazon Vine program when viewing the entire review. This is a permanent badge. So this Amazon Vine reviewer, 1 star, didn't last past 8 minutes. I have no problem with female comics, so let's just get that out of the way first. Maybe it was the build-up that was given about her being something like the best comedian in Australia. But what a disappointment. Should I have stayed with it longer? Maybe her best bits were still to come. But if you don't at least make me chuckle, then why should I give any more of my time? Perhaps if I'd ever visited Australia, I would understand the humor with people holding plastic bags that she continually discussed. I can't say that it was over my head because coming from down under, I would have to say that it was beneath me.
I don't know what that plastic bag thing was about either. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But that last line right there, that was funnier than anything this bitch said in an hour.
That is true.
I can't say that it was over my head because coming from down under, I would have to say it was beneath me.
Mm-hmm.
I got one for you.
Low bar.
Fire when ready, Johnny.
This is called Disappointed. My best friend and I have a rule when we view stand-up comedy. We give the comedians 7 minutes. If we find a solid joke within 7 minutes, we'll sit through another 10 to see if anything develops. If it's just terrible, we'll pause at 7 minutes and quit the show forever. I struggled to get to the 7 minutes, to get 7 minutes here, and I'm not trying to be mean. If this lady is the best comedian in Australia, the country had better import.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
If it's possible to be a negative unit of funny, this is what it was. I would have had a better time watching nothing, and I'm not exaggerating. It kind of hurt.
Give me
This
that
guy
person's
needs a
name. I
special-
want to be his friend.
Exactly, yeah.
No, the name is Disappointed.
Oh, okay.
It's a random review, I think.
Yeah.
That or his parents knew what he was going to watch.
I like,
Oh,
I like.
No, his review name is Disappointed. The other negative review he has, I'm not sure for what it was. Oh, Flo and Joan. I don't think we've seen that one yet.
I haven't. So
Nah, can't say that I have.
Let's see. As a habit, I view 7 minutes material. I didn't want to abuse my ears or dull my mind as much as this obvious flop. I quit before 5 minutes, and incredibly, these ladies concluded their mediocre song.
if only that had been an option for us.
Okay, so this one I like is just, short, sweet, and to the point. 1-star review. Title is No. The body is crap with 2 exclamation points.
Succinct.
Yes, very.
Effective use of words.
So clearly, it's not Scottish.
this one says, "Shut her down in less than a minute." Obnoxious, not funny. Less than a minute.
You must have a really serious. If you're only going to give it a minute.
Very low threshold.
Yeah, it's like nope. Let's just walk out right now.
Or maybe like precognition or something, man. Maybe they got through like first minutes, like, oh, I can see this is all downhill from here. No.
No, she probably just heard the woman's voice and was like, nope. I will never laugh at this person because their voice makes me want to die.
This one, 1 star, 2 minutes and I was done. And the only thing it says in there, sucked.
Okay, this one's a 2-star review. Didn't find it good. For me, she is a 1-star. Then why'd you give her 2? I figured I'd give her 2. Okay, well, I figured I'd give her 2, though, because while she doesn't have a punchline or a strong punchline for my taste in her jokes, for the first 15 minutes, I watched before I skipped to a few sections to see if it got better. I still get a sense that her comedy is structured enough that it fits someone's taste. I mean, maybe up the just... God, I hate people. I mean, maybe up the just as Tig Notaro lane or something. Tig Notaro's better than this. I mean...
Who's that?
That's one of the few, like, actually kind of funny specials we watched. I think she used to tour with, like, Louis C.K. and... I think this was the special we watched of hers, like, right after... was it after her breast cancer diagnosis and treatment?
This is far after. Yeah, she got diagnosed a long time ago.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it was a lesbian comedian who didn't talk all that much about being a lesbian. So, a unicorn. This one, 1-star review. Kept waiting for her to not be lame. It never happened. Being or fiending obtuse is her only skill, which is apparently enough of a skill to get a show. That's the review.
1-star review titled "Not Funny," and the review just says no.
This one from a guy named Eddie Lizard. 1 star. Don't bother. 3 exclamation points. Or do, but don't say you weren't warned. I was going to type a long-winded review here. However, just don't bother. I did not laugh once in the 10 minutes I managed to get through. I had to turn it off. After not laughing once, they cut to the audience and there were people crying from laughter. Either that or they paid to see this. No offense to people who liked it.
Okay, so we have 16.
We have 16 what?
16 episodes of Torture Is How You Make Friends.
And we've had one good one.
One good one you don't remember.
Two.
Well,
I'm
not counting that because I don't remember it. Obviously, it wasn't that good. Unlike the 5-star reviewer who liked Ann Edmonds, I actually am discerning. So, so yeah,
we're getting to about an hour. People are got other schedules up on hand. So, how out of a rating any rating system you choose, what would you get? What would you give it? What would you rate this stand up?
Negative infinity.
Nice. All right, you guys.
I'd give it an N for nobody, as in nobody should watch this.
I guess half a star. She did stand on stage and talk, and that's almost worth a star.
Yeah, a half-star participation award. Fair enough.
I'd rate it as a prostate exam from Edward Scissorhands.
I wouldn't quite call it a crunch the cyanide pill hidden in your teeth, but you would still like try to remember which one it was just in case.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll give it one injured bicyclist out of 5.
But yeah, Amazon's not really doing all that great with the stand-up. Like, we've watched a few of them, and I mean, Netflix is definitely in the lead when it comes to the amount of stand-ups they've got. But it seems like they're both of the same poor quality.
There is a couple that I've seen that one of them was actually pretty good. It wasn't a laugh riot, but it was still.
Which means we'll never watch it on this show.
Probably not. Yeah, the Flo and Joan one I think would make another a good episode.
All in all, it was a painful hour of sheer boredom, and again, it made me want to start drinking.
See, I would have preferred an hour of boredom. I agree with the reviewer that said doing nothing would be preferable because it was an hour of active irritation, not just boredom. It was like, this is annoying.
Yeah, it was an hour of screeching from a soft 4 at best who's got a voice that is nails on a chalkboard. That's the review.
Yeah. Put a stamp on
So-
it and then mail it in.
Mr. Dax calls it a mostly peaceful laugh protest.
So my sense of humor is on fire.
But yeah, folks, this is another one. We watch it so you don't have to. Just like just like Jesus. So you're welcome.
All right, you guys got anything to show real quick?
25 minutes, Quippers United, my channel. Be there or be more intelligent with your time.
And that's where Terry will be also, correct?
Yep.
That's true. Yes. And also
Frosted,
Frosted.
Frosted, you gonna be there as well?
Yeah.
All right.
But
And then, are you
Okay.
doing MST3K tonight, or am I getting that mixed up with something else?
yeah, it's after
After Quippers?
Quiplash.
And then you can catch Della on Minions of the Zoo tonight at 11 Eastern, where he'll be playing some Among Us.
Or 9:30 Mountain. You know, the good time.
The forgotten time zone, yes.
But what they're saying is there's no escaping me because I will be on Quippers United and Minions of the Zoo and watching MST3K. So there's just no escaping me.
So if you want to
So,
find
so
Terry,
join Terry in the marathon. That is his streaming schedule today, folks.
well, all right. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Frosted. Jack.
No problem.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, you guys have a good time.
See you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Freeway is making me sick.
Bye, everybody.
That